Hello guys, in this tutorial I'm going to solve the question number 10, paper 11 May 2022. The equation of the curve is such that d squared y by dx squared is equal 6x squared minus 4 over x cubed. The question starts with the second derivative. Sure, he asked to get the first derivative by integration. You have to write c, then use the information which is given to get the constant of integration. Then start to integrate again to get the function. Then don't forget to write the constant. There is information given, use it to get the value of c. Let's start now to know how he asked in part A to find what? The curve has a stationary point. Stationary point means dy by dx equal to 0 at this point. This is the given information, you can use it. And also this point on the curve, verify the equation. This is x and this is y. So there are two information given. There is a stationary point at -1 and 9/2. Stationary point means dy by dx is equal to 0 at the given point. Determine the nature of the stationary point. Nature of a stationary point means minimum or maximum. We use the second derivative to get the nature of a stationary point. Just will substitute by -1. So y double dash at -1 is equal 6 times -1 squared minus 4 divided by -1 all to the power of 3. So 6 minus will be plus 4. The answer is 10. If it is positive, will be minimum. Part B, find the equation of the curve. 5 marks. You have to integrate 2 times. Let us start to integrate to get y dash. Before integrate, you have to write x to the power of 3 all to the power of n. So we'll move it out up. Y double dash is 6x squared minus 4x to the power of -3. Then we'll start to integrate. Y dash is, we add 1 divided by new power. We'll add 1 divided by new power plus c. Simplify. Y dash is 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2x power of 3. Negative is positive. 4 divided by 2 is 2. X to the power of -2 plus c. How to get the value of c? It's a given. Where is passing through the -2? Passing through -2. Substitute by 2, passing it through -1. 2 times -1 all to the power of 3 plus 2 times -1 all to the power of -2 plus c is equal y dash. So y dash 0 at this point, 0. Solve the equation. -2 plus -1. It's negative is positive. 6x squared minus 4x to the power of -3. When we add 1 here, when we add 1 to be 3 divided by 3, when we add -1 to be -2 divided by -2 plus c, 2x cubed, negative is positive, 2 power of -2. When you substitute by -2, will be -2, and this part will be plus 2. Plus c, cancel this with this, so c is equal to 0. So y dash is 2x cubed, positive, 2x to the power of -2. This is the first part, y dash. Now, we'll integrate again to get y. Add 1 will be 4 divided by new power. Then 2 will add 1 divided by new power plus c, or we'll change it to be k. Y simplified. 2 divided by 2 is 4. 2 divided by 4 is half. X to the power of 4. -2x to the power of -1 plus k. We'll use the same point because it's on the curve. -1 and 9/2. -1, 9/2. This is x and this is y. Remove y and write 9/2 is equal to half x -1 all squared, all power 4 minus 2 times x negative 1 all to the power of negative 1 plus k. Simplify. 9 over 2 is equal 1 over 2. Negative 1 all to the power of 1 is 1/2. So negative 1 all to the power of negative 1 will be negative 1. So negative negative is positive 2 plus k. Simplify your answer. 9 over 2 minus half, it's 4.5 minus half 4 minus 2, so k is equal to 2. So you can write your answer simplified. The function will be y is equal to half x to the power of 4 minus 2. You can write it 2 over x plus 2. This is the final answer, the equation of the curve. Part C, show that the curve has no other stationary point. How to get the stationary point? Stationary point, dy by dx is equal to 0. So we'll start with y dash is equal to 0. This part, right, equals 0. 2x cubed plus 2 over x squared plus 2 over x squared is equal to 0. So 2x cubed is equal minus 2 over x squared, cross multiplication. So 2x to the power of 5 is equal to minus 2. So x to the power of 5 is equal to negative 1 by taking a fifth root. So the final answer is negative 1 is same, which is given up. So there is only one stationary point. Part D, a point A is moving along the curve. The y coordinate of A is increasing at a rate of 5. So the given dy by dt is 5. It's increasing means positive 5 per second. Find the rate of increasing of x. Ask to get dx by dt. By writing a chain rule, dx by dt, you can start with it, or we can start with dy by dt, correct? Chain rule, ask to get dx by dt, dx by dt. So the variable in between is dy and dy. He asked to get dx by dt is equal to dx by dy. We already have dy by dx, reciprocal. We already have dy by dx, this part. Just write 1 over. We'll write it reciprocal, 1 over 2x cubed, 1 over 2x cubed, plus 2x to the power of 2, plus 2x to the power of negative 2. This is dx by dy. Multiplied by dy by dt, 5 given, and it's given at x is equal to 1. So dx by dt is equal 1 over, remove x and write 1 to be 2, x write 1 to be 2, multiplied by 5. So the answer 5 over 4, or you can write 1.25. What is the unit? Units per second. Just write units per second. Units per second. 1.25. Thank you.